Okay, guys, so like I was saying in the last video, regarding these springs here, a couple of little things here I want to address on this here. I was saying there that I wasn't happy about this. There's far too much of a stretch on these springs. It doesn't please me, you know. I mean, they work fine, but there's too much of a stretch on them. And these are stock Black Widow springs that came with the rest of the exhaust, and they're classed as 65 millimeter springs, 65 millimeter overall springs. And given that this hook to this hook is 20 millimeters bigger, in the distance between there to there is bigger than anywhere else on the rest of the exhaust, I figured that if I sent for two springs that are 20 millimeters bigger than these, or longer than these, so if these are 65 millimeter springs, I sent for two 85 millimeter springs, Akrapovic ones, and so that should work. And they've just arrived. Here they are. They've just arrived. So we'll try them and see. Okay, so here they are. I'll just take them out of the bag. Let you see them. Akrapovic. And well, I think the only thing about those that make those big, long, 85 mil, is that this part of the hook here slides out more. But apart from that, they look the same. I mean, the rubber part in the middle looks exactly the same. What I'll do is I'll take one off, say this one off. There you go. You can see that they look the same, but it's just that part there stretches out more than that part. I'll put one on and see what I think of it. Okay. Goodness. Right, okay. I'm immediately not liking them that much. They do the job, but I don't like the way this part of the hook here kind of slopes down like that. And to be honest with, I mean, yeah, the spring part, you can see that the spring part is not as stretched as this, the Black Widow one. And like a friend suggested, given that the rubber part is the same, if I wanted to keep them all the same, I could slip that rubber off, that Akrapovic rubber off, and put the Black Widow rubber on. That would make them all the same, but I don't like this. See this part, you know, not 100% sure on that. Okay, look, I think this might sound ridiculous, but I think the answer for me is to forget about these longer springs. And given that this area here is around about 20 millimeters, maybe slightly less of a distance between there and there than the rest, I could take this can off and cut, well, I don't know about cutting 20 millimeters, I maybe cut 15 millimeters off the end of that link pipe, and then that would let this can come down that amount, and I could use the stock Black Widow springs and that would be, then they would be all be the same. And the other thing is that I'm not sure if I'm not a big fan of having the clamp at close to the end like that. So it would kind of move that clamp 15 mil further back, and the can itself would come, you know, would come closer, would would come on down. It wouldn't stick out as much like that. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Okay, so let's do that. Yeah, I think I'll come down here about 15 mil, not go the full 20, about 15 mil down from the end, and cut this off, and that'll bring my can closer, and it'll be look a bit more sort of compact, and I'll be able to utilize my springs again. I'll wrap a wee bit of masking tape around there and mark it. There's the masking tape around it. Let's mark this here and accurately, and then we can, we can cut it. That'll be a bit getting removed. Okay, so that's that all marked. I could cut it with a like a little grinder or Dremel or whatever it is, but I don't think I'll do that. I think I'll just use my trusty hacksaw and just cut it with that as accurately as I can. I've got one of those sanding machines that that I could hold that against, but I'm just showing that you can, if you're accurate enough with the hacksaw and a file, you can do all these things. That's not bad there. Just make sure that's fine. There's no wee burrs or anything in that. So let's just try the adapter on it. This is the adapter that I made. Let's put that on and see how square it is against the lip. There it is. I get a light down at that. You can see that better, can you? There you go. Yeah. Right, that's okay. That's okay. Let's put it on again and try the springs on it again. Right, let's fit this and see. See, is that a wee bit better? And it certainly looks it. Right. Where's that there? I see if you can, hopefully if you can see that. Let's see. Put this wee washer here on. I'm actually thinking of replacing that hanger bolt there with going to make my own titanium one, I just want to see what this is like for, just make sure that that is right. It is. Right. Let's try these springs on now. Right, we'll put this on. Let's see. This should be an awful lot better, I think. Get that hook round like that, and like that. Yeah. There you go. Now that's better. And then we can do the same with this one. Don't know why I'm fussing about whether the writing's up or not, because I'm going to be taking it off again if I'm going to replace that that bolt. Sure, look at that. Now, is that not better? Was that not worth doing? Make sure that there's round right. Yeah. Look at that now. Not a lot better. And as I say, the can, you know what I mean, the strap for the can is further up there. I'll show you what that's like. See that? See where it's further up the can. It's not down at the end here. You know, it's only 15 mil of difference, but it makes a brave bit of difference. Okay, so you see this acorn nut and this bolt here? I'm going to replace that. I'm going to make my own titanium one. Okay, so I've got some solid titanium bar here, and I'm going to make a new one of those hanger nuts, or hanger bolts actually, and I'm going to pair it up with this M10 by 125 Bihax flange titanium nut that I bought off Race Titanium, and so I'll just do that now. Okay, so here's my new replacement titanium hanger bolt, as you can see, and it'll be paired up with this Bihax nut. You notice I have made it a little bit longer than this stock one, because you know that one there goes into an acorn nut, whereas I want this one here to fill the threads of that, you know. So yeah, and I've drilled a through hole. It's gone drilled as well. Let's see if we can see that there. Yeah. All right. So let's fit this. All right. So let's put it in. On account of it being a little bit longer, you'll not get it past the spring there. So you've got to take the, you know, the damper out and slide the whole unit in from the one side like that. Let me see, like that there. Right, and then we'll do the one at the front. I actually might at some stage buy new rubber dampers there for that. But anyway, that's that, right? Where are we? Right, okay. Let's get this lifted up. Again, making sure, you know, your exhaust is sitting you know, straight, and the hooks are in line, and the wee hole, like I was saying in the last video, for the DB killer is pointing absolutely vertically down. There you go. That's that. Washer on. Nut on. You need to retain this part. I've machined this so that you retain that part there with a 17mm spanner. Right, I'll just do that, like I say, at 20 Newton meters. It was in the manual 34, but absolutely no way I'm doing that 34 Newton meters. There you go. There you go. Isn't that nicer? Lift this here off and let you see it. There you go. And like I say there, you know, that was a worthwhile exercise, because it puts the clamp for it just 15mm further up, which means it draws the can 15mm further down. Yeah, that's definitely, that's the way that should be. And as I say, the springs are right now, and there's none of this business where the spring is kind of diving down like that, well, the way those Akrapovic ones were. Let's see that. Let's see if I can get that to focus there. Yeah, sure, that's the way it should be. That's definitely right. Much happier with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's far better. Isn't that better? Okay guys, so there you go. That's all the modifications done. The exhaust all buttoned back up again. Yeah, I'm glad I took the time to do that, because, I like the clamp knife that wee bit further up, and the can that wee bit further down, that the clamp just isn't right at the end of it. Not that it was, but you know what I mean? It's still 15mm further up has changed the look of that, just the way I want it to be. And yeah, there's the titanium bolt with the gun drilled hole and bi-hex nut and all on it. That's the way I wanted it. And you can see yourself, the springs are sitting right. That's the way they should have been. I just wasn't happy with those Akrapovic, even though they would have done the job, the longer springs and all of the rest of it. But I just didn't like the way they were pointing down, the hook part of them. Didn't like that at all. And they still looked overstretched as well. That you can see, you could have seen an awful amount of the spring poking out either side, and it's just little things. But it just, when you're building a bike for yourself, you just want it to be right. And it doesn't really matter whether you have to do a job 2 or 3 or 10 times. Make no difference to me. In the end result is what matters. And I remember whenever I was serving time to the joinery work, I was told that when I was an apprentice, a young fella, I was told, there's no do rightlies in this job. It has to be right. And that stuck with me. And so when you do something for yourself like this, and there's no point in putting the effort in to do it if it falls short at the end. So you know what I mean, as I say, just take as long as it takes, and do whatever it needs to be done in order to have it the way you want it to be. Because at the end of the day, you're building the bike for nobody else but yourself. So it just depends what you're happy with. And, you know, I mean, so that's the way I want it to be. And yeah, the springs are right. And there it is. So there's nothing really much more I can do with it. I'll just wrap it up there, guys. And time to move on to another part of the project. And post that up in the next video. So, okay, guys, thanks a million for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next one. All right, bye.